The question we now have to ask is if technologically it is possible to make an impenetrable device or system where the encryption is so strong that there's no key, there's no door at all. What mechanisms do we have available to even do simple things like tax enforcement? Because if in fact you can't crack that at all, government can't get in, then everybody's walking around with a Swiss bank account in their pocket.
What's happening, crypto crew? You're seeing a lot of different political figures, ex-presidents. It's a campaign topic, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, regulation behind it. There's a lot going on in the space, and it's so bullish. We have a lot of catalysts that are coming up. Presidential election, when they're going to start quantitative easing and pushing money back into the system for people to start feeling more rich or like they have more money. There's a lot of bullish momentum that could be pushing the Bitcoin price up by the end of 2024. We'll talk about all that in this video. You got the Bitcoin halving, you have quantitative easing that's going to happen at some point this year. Come on, this is a bullish environment. Getting straight into it, an update from Lark Davis. There's a prediction here that says 10x Research predictiion is predicting Bitcoin to hit 70K by the end of 2024. Sorry to interrupt you really quick. The Bitcoin bros want to tell you something very important, not just to go ahead and smash that like button. We appreciate all that support. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so, but also go ahead and check us out in the Telegram. Bitcoin bros now are on Telegram. You can join right here. The link is down below in the description of this video. So make sure you click this link. It'll bring you to this landing page here for the Bitcoin bros alerts. Then click this button right here to stay up to date with the latest from the Bitcoin bros. We'll see you there. We'll talk about this by looking at the charts to see if this is reality, but you know, they're giving a lot of credibility to this prediction because at the beginning of 2023, he accurately predicted 45K Bitcoin by the end of that year. So what do you think? Do you think 70,000 is in the cards? Looking at TA Trader Allen, Bitcoin's coming up in a broadening wedge on the 3-day chart. If you look at this broadening wedge right here, you see that you come in and you hit your head before you break out, retest, blast off. And that's this definition right here. And this happened for the SPX from 2017 up to 18. Well, look, is this what Bitcoin is doing right now? Is it breaking out? Is it going to have this blast up, then it come back down and retest maybe the 50 range before having that bullish run up by the end of the year? Is this what the ETF buyers are going to cause? You be the judge. How high is it going to go? Nobody can tell that, but we can just use our tool set to see when the top could be in when this happens. So this definitely looks like this could be more bullish than not for the rest of this year. This blast past that $70,000 price prediction. Another update. Look at this. Bitcoin Pi cycle top indicator. Comparable to the short-term cost basis, the 111-day moving average has been effective in projecting short-term momentum. Patience is a virtue. So look here. This 111-day moving average is what he's talking about. Every time we bounce off it, it becomes violent. Bounce off, violent. Look what happened right here. We bounced off it. Every single time it bounces off it, it acts as strong support. We already fell below it right here, fell below it right here. You know, this could be a very bullish indication that we're going to be seeing a rip to the upside sooner rather than later. Crypto Con's weighing in. Even as Bitcoin makes strong rebounds, he's sticking to cycle timing and data. All the midpoints have been hit. And what follows according to previous mid tops in our cycle position is large corrections. So taking a look at this, in 2012, you have this 0.618 level that gets hit, and then you have this correction, 50%. It happened quickly back then. There wasn't that much liquidity in the market as it is today, so it might not happen this quick, but as you see, it still was a 50% correction before a blast off. And then 2016, look here, mid-cycle peak, pullback, then a blast off, and that was a 40% pullback. Look here, hit that 0.618 level. This is 2019, pullback, and then look what happened. It blasted back up, but this was actually within a bear cycle. So this was a bull cycle, bear cycle. Right now, we're already past the bear. The bear is no longer here. So are we going to get that 40% pullback from 47,000? You'd be looking at roughly around a $30,000 Bitcoin. So could we be coming back and retesting that 30K before we blast off to the upside? That could be a valid point. So Pay attention. We'll look at the charts here in a little bit. Another update. This is what we were talking about. This is what is causing the price to go up, even though the grayscale is selling off. BlackRock and Fidelity's ETF dominant the top 25 ETFs by asset just 1 month after launch. Listen to that. 1 month after launch, all ETFs combined that exist today, BlackRock and Fidelity outpaced all of them in dollar valuation. Look at this. USCL, that's the closest thing to Fidelity. And this is just starting. What's another year going to look like? This is definitely bullish. And then right here, the ETF sees 700 million net inflows as BlackRock and Fidelity's gains offset GBTC's outflows. So let's look at this in a chart form. We see this here. You see the week outflows, this huge number from grayscale. But look at here, BlackRock, that's the iShares, and Fidelity right here. This offsets this by a substantial positive inflow. Then you have a couple red numbers here, and it all balances out down to $707 million of weekly net inflow. This is extremely bullish. What's going to happen when this slows down? When grayscale slows down their selling, what's going to happen? It's going to be off to the races. So let's look at the charts. What do we see? What do we anticipate? Right now at the current time it's recording, Bitcoin's coming in at 47.5. Now look here. This candle right here, this big green candle is definitely a bullish candle. And this chart seems pretty bullish on the weekly. As you see, you have the 20 crossing over the 200 right here. And it came back down and retested the 200 and just came back up. Now, since then, we've held the 200. We wicked down. We didn't quite touch it, but we got close right here. But this 200 could be acting as a support line for the rest of this bull cycle. Now look at this macro level of resistance right here. We had a wicks up to 49,000. These are all weekly candles, so we have to wait till this weekly candle closes. But the 43.9 level, closing above this level, is definitely bullish. The technical target for this, if this is some type of flag pattern that has been forming, we can pull this up to this candle body and then pull this down to the lowest body. Where would this take us up to? So take us up to roughly the previous all-time highs, right around 69,000. So are we going to retest these levels, these previous high levels, and maybe get a rejection going into the halving? Could we see a retest of the all-time high? Check this out. If we come straight across and just have a retest here up to 65, 69,000 and then get a rejection, what do you see in the bigger macro scale? Look at this. You see a shoulder, a head, and if this comes up and comes back down and gets rejected, we could come back down and get rejected down to that $40,000 range and then come back up. This would be another shoulder. That's an inverse head and shoulders pattern. And then you have to see where the technical target would be. You pull from the bottom, the most bottom point, to the neckline. And if we pull this up, where would this take Bitcoin's price to be? I'm not sure what happened there. Let's draw this again and then pull this up to see where that technical target would be for Bitcoin's price action. And this is how this played out. Look here. This takes us almost right up to this line here. This is Technical Analysis 101. We have a course coming out, so stay tuned. The Bitcoin Bros are definitely going to be pushing out a lot more educational content that's going to be of use. But look at, if you connect these previous highs from here to here, look at, you can't make this up. Coming back up here, you almost retest this level perfectly. That's a $200,000 to $240,000 Bitcoin, but this is the technical target from the inverse head and shoulders pattern, and that would be around the cycle peak. Look at this. You can't make this stuff up. So once again, could this play out, or could we just go up and off to the races? Definitely looks bullish. And with that, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. You guys like this content, go ahead and smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show us some love. We appreciate the support. With that, that's all I have for you today, and I'm out.